Welcome to Bukit Timah Saddle Club, one of the leading equestrian facilities right here in Singapore. Here, you can bring your family out for a day of fun, do things like horse riding, take beginner courses, or simply just to look at these majestic animals.
And speaking of majestic, we have something pretty grand here for you today. We have the new Audi Q7, which is a 7-seat SUV, and we brought it to the lush outskirts of town to see if the car is up to the task of being your go-to vehicle for days like this, when you want some wholesome family fun over the weekend.
First, let's look at its exterior. With a new Q-specific single-frame grille, matrix LED headlights, and in addition, at the back, you will find new taillights design and redesigned bumpers as well.
Now, there isn't a whole lot of choice in the luxury 7-seat SUV segment, and what I like about the Q7 is that it's large, but it's not bulky looking. It's actually quite sharp and handsome. So what you can do is you can ferry the kids around, you can do your chores, carry heavy stuff, without looking or feeling like you're driving the excursion bus.
Here, you get 3 rows of seats that accommodates up to 7 people in total, including the driver. And let me tell you, the rear passenger seats are all equipped with ISOFIX points. Imagine filling the rear seats with children, if you're up for that kind of challenge.
Right, and let's be clear that the Q7 is a proper 7-seater. The third row was not added in as an afterthought, and that's clear from the number of engineering and electrical features throughout the cabin. Now, the second row is fully adjustable. It folds forward to allow easy access to the third row. You can also move it forward, you can move it backwards, you can adjust the backrest angle to your liking. There's also a pair of buttons accessible from the passenger doors and from the boot to adjust the third row totally electrically, so the car does all the heavy lifting for you. So the Q7 is capable of carrying people, lots of people. But what about luggage?
No problem at all. If you need to fit in a bicycle, you can fold down the third row seats, or if you need even more space for even more luggages, you can move the second row seats forward and fold them down. There are just so many possibilities in the Q7.
And another thing I appreciate about the Q7 is something you would otherwise find on a luxury sedan or luxury limo, and that is the soft door closing feature. Now, why does that make sense on a rugged SUV like the Q7? That's because you don't have to slam the doors and risk waking a crying baby, having to deal with crying the entire journey. And of course, the Q7 is made for carrying kids around in comfort. And speaking of crying babies and getting to where you need to go fast, to do that, we need to talk about performance and have a test drive.
Of course, hop on, let's go for a drive.
All right.
The new Q7 is available in 2 different engine options, a 2-litre turbocharged engine or a 3-litre V6 mild hybrid engine. It's a good set of options to cater to your needs. You will get all the key benefits that come along with the 7-seater Q7.
And the one we're driving right now is the 3-litre Q7 mild hybrid. And right away from behind the wheel, my impressions are really quite positive. It's quite accurate and agile for such a large vehicle. And whenever you need the power, the turbocharger just spins up really quickly. So it's always smooth, it's always right there when you need it. And one of the interesting things about the 3-litre is that it actually has comparable fuel consumption to the 2-litre. And that's all down to the mild hybrid system, which makes it really efficient.
And the feedback and control that you get comes also from the all-wheel drive feature. This isn't just any all-wheel drive vehicle, but Audi's signature Quattro all-wheel drive technology that is one of the best in the world. The all-wheel drive feature ensures that you get maximum traction and control in all conditions. It's not all about the enjoyment of the driver either. New on the Q7, it's Audi Presense Front collision warning technology that adds to the overall safety.
Now, it's comforting to know that the Audi Q7 has an impressive loadout of safety technology on board. But I think most of the time, it's aesthetics that really make a big impression in the Q7. That dashboard has a real wow factor to it. And if I'm not wrong, it first appeared in the Audi Q8, which was a bit of a runaway hit for Audi, combining a large premium SUV experience with that of a coupe crossover. Very exciting to drive.
Besides adopting the Q8 dashboard, the Q7 now features some of the latest tech from our flagship models, like the Audi Virtual Cockpit Plus, the Audi Connect, the dual-screen Audi MMI touch response, and the natural language voice control. This is an extension of the smart device that we all carry in our pocket.
Now, it's clear that Audi has slowly and surely moved the goalpost forward with incremental but important changes in the Q7, and that has raised the bar for the rest of the industry. It's quite clear that this is a very capable and very premium machine. But there is one thing that it can't do, and that's to load a horse in the back.